So I'm going to be showing you an example of Tunisian crochet. I've been trying to explain it to people, but I've been having a hard time. So I'm joining right now with a thread, and this is, you're not going to do this every row, or actually you are going to do this every round, but you're not going to do it every time you do a square. Because this square I'm starting from scratch, so I pull up my blue, and then Tunisian crochet, you pull up loops on your hook. So right now, I'm doing the wrong one. Haha. Well, I am still going to start here, and I'm going to chain up what I need to chain up, which is, for this project, 6, but that doesn't really matter. And I'm going into the back side of the chain through kind of the spiny guys on the back, and sometimes it can be hard to grab, like I'm having a hard time grabbing. But I'm going to try to grab this. Yep, there we go. And once you get the first one, the rest of them kind of line up. So, and of course, as I say that, I'm going to not be able to get this next one. Sometimes I go under it and grab it. There it goes. And the reason that I'm being so particular about getting the back spines is that it gives a much nicer finish on the one side. And you do want a nice finish for at least this type of crochet, because you're eventually going to be working into those stitches, and you want to be able to clearly identify which stitch you're working into. So I've got almost all of them on the hook. I have one more loop, and now into here, and I start up. So this is kind of what's different about it. You're pulling up all these loops on your hook, and then you're going backwards through all of them. So everything in Tunisian crochet is a forward pass, which is what I'm doing here. I'm pulling up these front bars onto my hook. So I have a forward pass, and I grab here to attach, and I work back up. This is the backward pass. Back up, and up, and up. And so as I'm going across, I'm going to pick this up all the way to the edge, and then I'll be right back. So I've gotten the number of rows that I need to get done, but you can see that this kind of crochet, it looks empty. It leaves like an empty space here. So the way that we remedy that is we slip stitch through each of the vertical bars when we're done, and it gives it a perfectly beautiful edge. And I'm going to show you the edge in just a second, but it gives you a perfect edge all the way around. And then I attach over to the corner here, and there we go. But if you look, you can see that all the way around, I have that perfect crocheted edge. And that's why I'm going weird through the back stitches to pick it up. So now, you might ask, how do I attach on two sides? How do I do this into two sides? And that's the fun part of this, is that instead of chaining again to bring up all those loops and start, I'm going to work under each of the slip stitches of the box below, of the square below. I'm going to pull up all those loops that I can from that square, and I'm not at the number of loops that I need. I know that I need 7. I only have 6 here. So I pick up the last loop from the next square over, from the square adjoining it, and then I join like that. And then I work backwards, and work backwards, and work backwards. And now, one more time, I gather all the loops up on my hook. And this is pretty much, from this point on, it's just like what we just did. I'm just pulling up the loops, and then I'm going into the next one there and attaching, so that when I'm done, not only is it attached here, but it also attaches here and works all the way up to the next square. So that's how you do Tunisian crochet. Thanks.